the commentary started about this worrying speed hash.
Yeah, double Flogra.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good.
And
It does look
Ridley, I mean,
like
on
both of
or
these
off.
runners are off, though. Yeah. So chances are we will see both of these runners perform the space jump first trick, hopefully on their first attempt.
It's always good.
And we'll see what that cracks open in this seed, what they can get away with without going to Hive Mecha. Gendreavus
Hopefully,
falling
just
off
5 missiles.
immediately.
All right, Off got his first. Uh, got paused for a couple seconds so we could sync up the streams. All right, there we go. And now he's on
Yeah.
first.
All right.
And Gendreavus
So
getting it on his second or so try. It's missiles. Best
missile,
item. All right.
which
I
is
think this is
probably this is probably like the one location you want to see missiles in. Because
yeah.
it does open up the beginning of the seed a
Oh,
lot.
we found our bombs
Looks like
in the
bombs are
landing
in
site
there.
tunnel.
So now hopefully we find Morph Ball soon. Although I think that means we'll probably find it in Hive Mecha.
Not going for temple, interestingly enough.
Yeah, that is very interesting. Maybe they are just forgetting that they have the early missile access. They are
Yeah,
going straight for Chozo.
this might honestly be one of the first seeds this round that has had missiles in alcove.
Yeah, it's despite there being like a 50% chance, it seems to be
Greater
less
than
than
even.
50% chance.
How about
Because,
grapple beam or X-ray? You want those items, right? That cursed content that almost always means you have to do root cave. Oh,
maybe. Sometimes X-ray is good if certain artifact locations are in play.
oh yeah, man. If
Certain two of them.
hmm
All right, so we are getting some route divergence here. Gendreavus is
Oh
finding his
no,
beam
it
in
is
the
the grapple
artifact
beam.
wall. Gonna scan the
This is
artifacts,
my fault.
not reading them right away. Meanwhile, ADBP is seeing what's around Main Plaza and Chozo here. We've got
Powerbomb
power
expansion in the
bombs up in
boost
the
ball.
half pipe,
I
and
think
looks like
that's 5 missiles on
missile
the vault ledge.
up there. So Gendreavus backtracking now to maybe Talon, maybe Chozo. See
I
what he
bet
can
Gendreavus
find.
is going to do the root cave tunnel, whatever one that actually is called.
Yeah, I mean
Transport tunnel
it's
A.
available, and he he does have grapple, but not space jump, which would make the root cave climb pretty impossible without bombs. So probably just going to get
Right.
that tunnel item and then heading to Chozo, but we'll see.
If he finds Morph Ball, that is.
He might feel he has to come back anyway for the bombs and just head to Chozo to get the morph ball.
Right.
Some interesting logic things to think about here doing glitchless logic, because most of the runners do know a lot of tricks that can circumvent a lot of barriers in glitchless logic, but
Oh, yeah.
you have to think about, if you're looking for progression, where the best place to look for that progression is.
Of course.
And so it definitely helps to get familiar with that. Okay,
And
so
it's a ball of
AWP
Morph.
does get the missile French vanilla missile there with a Hive Mecha skip that he did successfully, and they get Morph Ball right after.
Yeah, THK. This seed is already not spectacular. Though it wasn't the first item. Grapple Beam was in Artifact Temple. We actually did get missiles in Alcove for once.
Yeah, Gendreavus did just get main power bombs, though.
Wow, okay.
So he will have pseudo bombs for a little while as he maybe decides to explore Chozo a little bit. We'll see.
I'm sure he's just going to go for Hive Totem, though. Hello, Destiny. Thank you for joining again. Early Magma Pool? I'm more just thinking Root Cave Tunnel because it's...
Yeah, it'll be
interesting. Root Cave.
It'll be interesting to see if Gendreavus peeks into Ruin Shrine here. Probably not able to get the item, but maybe able to get some information that ADBP doesn't seem to be interested in checking those early missile locations. He went straight for that morph ball.
Right. Well, you can see Op is playing on Dolphin, just having that unfortunate slow down.
Yeah, that's always And unless you know your system really well, is always I feel like a risk when you
Okay,
run
there
with
was
all three.
something in Vanilla Morph Ball Shrine. I'm not sure what. It wasn't missiles.
Yeah, it's hard for me to tell, but definitely something. An item is there.
Hmm.
So AWP heading back to get their bombs and hopefully their
Oh,
artifacts.
whoa! That's space jump.
All right,
Oh
so
no!
there's that grapple use right there. And now Gendreavus is a lot more comfortable
Oh,
checking Ruined Shrine
gross.
here. Can just
Well,
escape, no problem.
so that's a gross location for space jump boots. But this does mean that there will be, let's see, Varia, some other things. Yeah, Wave and Varia will be early. And I'm
Looks
sure
like there's
some
an
other
energy tank
things.
there in Ruined Shrine. Gendreavus is
It's
actually
Morph or Boost Ball also has to be early because of the room training chamber access or training chamber. Yeah, scarabs suck. They're the most frightening enemy in the game, I think. Like the actual one that could kill you.
they are definitely the most dangerous threat in the early game, possibly in the entire game.
Yeah, I'll go with the entire game, honestly. I didn't get a good grasp, but
Yeah, it definitely seemed like that was something interesting. Gendreavus can't get it until he gets his morph ball, which he should know where it is and be able to backtrack pretty quickly.
yeah,
AWP getting his power bombs though. So some route divergence, but slowly but surely, uh, our players are on mostly even footing. Except Gendreavus does have space jump earlier, so he'll be able to just check and
yeah,
get some random locations along the way that AWP would have to possibly backtrack for.
right. And that might be the first time we've seen space jump there. Ooh, an artifact. All right, I might have seen that already. I've just forgotten.
You know, sometimes paying attention to two games at once is difficult.
Yeah,
I know it is for me. Gendreavus on his way to get his morph ball. Hive Mecha skip being a lot easier with space jump as well.
you don't even need to do that. So you can just jump over there
As easy as jumping.
twice, even. Redop getting his morph ball bombs.
Yep.
Gendreavus will have to make a backtrack for morph ball at some point, or the bombs rather. But he has power bombs, so he can do without them for a little bit. I do think Gendreavus is going to go back to Town Overworld to get his bombs quickly.
Yeah, it looks like he changed his mind about getting those missiles there and is heading towards the back way around, probably to check on Vault, which I believe was
Definitely.
missiles. AWP getting the artifact scans. Gendreavus didn't check the artifacts yet, so I'll be curious to see which of these runners checks that for the first time.
Yeah. Usually, well, in theory, I like to scan before I have to make a routing decision, or check them rather before I'm routing decision, which is usually Flogra. In practice, uh,
I mean, checking them earlier is usually better because once you get a
oh,
general sense of where the artifacts are, you can use that to inform not only route divergence, but just whenever you have a cluster of checks, you know you're going to have to go to the artifact places anyway. And so if you can get the artifacts there, you probably just go sweep that area with what you have while
right.
you're not in go mode.
I mean, as there at some level, everything is vanilla in this seed because just this seed. It's
Yeah.
I was making a joke, but I think I'm tired or something.
Gendreavus is going back to the Ruined Shrine for that item we saw, so we'll get a pretty good
And he
idea of
does
what that
have
is here
one
soon.
more check he can make with the power bombs. By the way, you can jump on that route. Yeah. Oh, plasma
So
beam.
Gendreavus getting
Wow.
his
Okay.
Plasma Beam, which is out of logic until he finds Boost Ball,
But
but
that's going to be
is
very early on. Well, not very early on.
always helpful to have in the early game.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, look, an artifact. I think the seed might be a jet seed.
Here's to hoping. So I believe we know 2 artifact locations already without checking anything. Of course, just when you think it's a jet seed, the artifact locations are going to throw Metroid Quarantine B at you or something.
Phazon is just going to be in the dumbest place.
And then Phazon. Who knows where Phazon is? Phazon's the ultimate troll. Gendreavus going back for his bombs.
Yep.
About to high five with AWP, who's going back to Chozo.
Say it's a jet seed until PCA shows up. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm sure we're going to get some horrible artifact locations when they open up their artifacts for the first time. Just waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah, we'll see if AWP realizes where Space Jump is.
He might not
that
know the
dolphin
dash.
lag is not helping him. Now, one thing that I'm personally curious to see again whether or not Gendreavus does is if he goes to check the landing site item, because he does have grapple beam at this point.
For a good crash site, but yeah.
Sorry, yeah, crash
this
site.
This is landing site right here.
Listen, there's a lot of room names in this game.
I know. I can't really criticize you because I cannot remember room names. Transport tunnel A through E. If the room doesn't have an item in it, I don't know its name, except for... No, not even that.
Are you talking about map room or map room?
Map room. Oh, map room, for sure.
Okay. That was an interesting little lag on Gendreavus' part there. Is going to check this item with grapple. Just a missile.
Fair enough.
As is the saying in Randomizer. And then probably heading back to Chozo.
Yeah, there's nothing else for him to do here.
With Space Jump, he could do Root Cave out of sequence.
He could. He might.
There. And he might actually do that because he has plasma as well.
Plasma.
So he could check
so there's no reason for him to not do it right now.
Yeah. Both of those items are technically out of logic until X-Ray is found, but you play this game enough, you know where the platforms are. It's not a huge deal.
Right.
Gendreavus definitely knowing those platform locations.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll probably
at some point, you can probably just YOLO it and be fine. Without even, like, shooting them.
It'll be interesting to see if on AWP's side, if we see X-Ray Visor show up early in Chozo, they might be directing them to Root Cave anyway.
Well, we'll find out depending on what Gendreavus gets.
Yeah, for sure.
Op didn't get plasma. That was... Oh, it was in the, right. Yeah, boost ball item.
Yeah, it is boost locked, so...
Right, he couldn't get that. And he doesn't have space jump to circumvent it.
Yeah. I'm not sure
if
he didn't see space jump or if he's not comfortable getting it.
Yeah, he just might not know the dash. I certainly don't know it. But yeah, Boo Gendreavus for just taking the slow route and not YOLOing it. Tish.
Hey. Playing it safe is
No, I'm just joking here. Ooh, I thought he would fall for sure. Okay, it was nothing. But hey, you might as well check it now because it might have been Ice Beam.
Yeah, not super panning out, but it's good to have that off of the back of your mind, because especially rooms like Arbor Chamber.
Yeah, Arbor Chamber can be a nasty troll. So he's going towards Gathering Hall, Watery Hall, and Zoid, it looks like.
Yeah. So the extra checks Gendreavus was able to do on his second trip back to Talon, not actually paying off, which would in theory put AWP in the lead, except that still didn't get those space jump boots, and because of that, not able to get the plasma beam as well.
So I think the absolute latest boost ball would be vanilla, I guess, actually. Because you need space jump boots to get beyond that point.
Most of Well, it depends on randomizer, right? Because you would think most of the latest locations you could get things are the vanilla locations, but if you have space jump before then boost can be much later, right? It could
Oh
be
yeah,
mines or something. So
but given where Boom Space Jump is, it can't be anywhere later than vanilla. I mean, you can get bombs in Workstation, God forbid. Well,
thankfully, not this seed.
boy, I don't want to see that happen again this tournament. That was painful enough. Watching someone finish that seed.
Gendreavus getting his second artifact 15 minutes into the seed, not even checking
Oh, Bob got
any
his various
locations
suit.
yet.
It
All
was in
right.
lower dynamo.
Lower dynamo also panning out. We'll see if AWP decides to check this acid item as well.
He'll
Um,
at least take a look with one E tank.
yeah, he won't be able to get it without space jump, but uh,
Yeah.
he will definitely be looking for space jump if it ends up being anything. Gendreavus is hot on his trail here. Um, kind of in another area of Chozo, but he has got really nothing left to do except beeline it to where AWP is.
Yeah.
So he will
A
be
missile
getting his various
expansion,
soon
watery hall
enough.
water.
Yeah, unless Gendreavus decided to do something crazy like Flogra first on the way.
Even
But
then,
we will see.
Op
Gendreavus
might
still
be
definitely
behind
has the
anyways.
advantage
Yeah,
with his
definitely.
progression.
All right, 5 missiles in a ruined fountain.
Yeah, Ruin Fountain. One of the technically one of the items you need to beat Flogra to get in order to do it the correct quote unquote way. However, with a well applied use of space jump and spider ball required either way, pretty easy to get that item without
Oh
having
yeah.
to fight the cutscene boss.
Hmm. Maybe Gendreavus should have looked into Magma Pool since he has oh, Gendreavus doesn't
He
have
doesn't have
Varia,
various
right?
suit yet, but
All
we
right, so
might
he
see
will
that
check it in a
play
hot minute.
on his way back for sure.
Yeah.
If he remembers to do that before possibly going to Flagra, we will see what lies in store. Because that location in particular, for some reason in this tournament, has caused many a troll.
Varia basically has to be in either early Talon or early Chozo, though, Yazder. Um,
I mean, if the seed had done something like given gravity and ice and
and
thermal,
Wave and Thermal. Yeah,
then
you.
which sounds like a lot, but has happened.
Yeah, there
It's
was
not
another
necessarily
seed where we had.
guaranteed to be early.
There was another seed where we had bombs in the Gamma freight lift. It was ugh.
So Gendreavus getting his various suit, about to pick up his charge beam, see the missile under the acid, and then have some choices to make routing wise.
Yep. All right, wave beam. All right, that's good.
Yeah, and chances are he will be making the same play AWP is here because that
Right.
does have at least 3 checks that he can make as opposed to Flagra, which has maybe 2, at least 1, and then Magma Pool, which is definitely 1 until he finds that wave beam. So
Yeah, I would think Gendreavus checks Zoid here.
yeah, we'll probably be seeing him trail behind on this in terms of routing for a while, but still
Yeah.
has all those advantages that AWP does not.
Mm-hmm. Gendreavus did a fancy hop there. I'm not sure what he jumped off of.
This is just jumping off air. It's what you do in the game.
Yeah, training chamber. You need a boost ball to activate the way onwards. You have to boost up to a bomb slot, and yeah, it's.
And then you need Spider.
Well, if you get the item to just leave the room for space jump, you wouldn't need it. That room is so weird.
And that is if you want to leave the front, I believe. I believe you can still leave the back as soon as you defeat the ghosts.
Yeah, yeah. You can just leave the room once you kill the ghosts. But you have to go onward. You need to kill spooky, scary ghosties.
Yeah, so Incinerator Drone, glimpsing into the future, will drop an energy tank.
Ooh.
But Gendreavus about to get his wave beam. Probably, hopefully going to check Magma Pull at that point.
Right.
AWP actually has what he needs to do it as well.
Yeah.
One thing that's coming up as an option if either of the runners are feeling frisky is that the spider ball track that normally prevents access to the back part of Chozo is actually just straight up climbable. You can just sort of jump up it.
Oh yeah, no. For every challenge the game presents you, there are at least 5 different ways to solve it, and only one of them is intended. It's great.
And so, if anyone decides to do that, pretty much anything they find beyond that will be out of sequence. But that is the main block preventing them from checking those items. So, who knows what's going through these runners' minds? Hopefully, they are thinking logically at this point to find the progression until they find Ice and Phazon. Then all bets are off.
Yeah. Alright, Gendreavus getting Zoid down. Hop is still doing the morph ball puzzle.
Yeah, and this dolphin lag is really not helping him out.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's wrapping up with this bomb puzzle already at 21 minutes in, even with the lag. So I wonder where he'd be without it.
Yeah, I got to imagine that's something that's been going on in the back of his mind. Presumably all tournament, if that's what he's been using.
Yeah.
So checking the bottom of thermos. Furnace here.
It is kind of like a thermos. It keeps things warm.
Does give him almost an ice beam, but not quite with the ice spreader.
Well, either runner will probably appreciate ice spreader.
Yeah,
For,
it's pretty useless until exoskeleton final boss, but it is very useful once you get there and saves a good amount of time.
Unless you are just really good at charge ice beam and can actually do more DPS without ice spreader than with.
Gendreavus already having finished that morph ball puzzle as well. I feel like based on it's hard to tell if it's just the dolphin lag we're seeing on AWP's end or Gendreavus's slightly better movement. I'm not sure, but he does seem to be slowly catching up with his better arsenal.
Right.
And AWP here trying to decide what to do.
Looks like he's going to make the Slogra check. Unfortunate. Get your resident sleepers out. Oh, Gendreavus is going to
Gendreavus is feeling
he needs spider ball augmentation. Spider ball augmentation required. Oh, so you can also, in addition to jumping up it, you can walk up it like this. This is what you do in 21%. Isn't that right, THK?
He's able to get up there eventually.
Yep.
Now, he can go into I'm not sure if Crossway is the only check he can actually do where he can get the item. Unless he knows the very risky power bomb strat to get what's in antechamber.
Gendreavus might know the skip here for Crossway if it's important, which it's not. Okay, fair enough.
It looks like he was just checking Crossway.
Yeah. And Op done with the runes, getting ready to fight the cutscene boss.
All right. Interesting of note, actually, AWP does not yet have space jump yet, so he'll be fighting Flogra possibly in
Oh
a
no.
slower way than normal. He's very, very good at his
He might have to
dashes.
do the casual way. Ooh. Get out your. Oh, nice. Samus popped in right there. Yeah, get out your resident sleepers because we're gonna be here a while. Oh man, and there's a dolphin leg. Yikes.
Yeah, and if pretty much if unless Flogra gives uh, really, really needed progression to AWP, this is really going to put AWP behind by a lot. And he'll have
Yeah.
to make it up later. But it is possible. Flogra is very,
Yeah.
very much in logic, even without space jump.
Oh
Which
yeah, absolutely. You're technically not supposed to have space jump for Flogger. Technically.
is Gendreavus looking like he's going to do
Yeah,
the
he's gonna make the same
same
play.
thing.
Shame.
The difference being that Gendreavus does have space jump, so he'll be able to do the
Yeah.
slow boss slightly faster.
I bet we see a Gendreavus turn around for magma pool and whatnot. Don't fall Gendreavus. That'll be terrible. Okay, he got it. So yeah, he can jump up like that half of the tree off the hives. It's goofy, like many of the tricks in this game.
Had he elected not to scan those 4 scan points, could have done another goofy trick where he just bomb jumps over that gate.
Well, he does want to come out the front door, I guess. So it's actually better to not do the bomb jump here. Boost could be in Magmar. Like Boost could be an early Fendrana. Um, yeah. But Gendreavus definitely wants to check Magma Pool after this and Training Chamber access.
It's either that or he's just not comfortable enough with the gate skip to do it in a race setting, which we've definitely seen some runners do.
I think Gendreavus would be comfortable enough with bomb gate skip. Just reverse gate skip without boost balls. Kind of miserable.
It's very, very finicky.
Yeah. So I don't blame him, Gendreavus, for opening the gate here.
Yeah, we will see what his routing ends up being, and based on the pace AWP is fighting Flagrat here with all this dolphin lag that comes with a boss fight, we're definitely going to see Gendreavus take the routing lead as well here.
Yeah. It's a cutscene boss, slow-mo cutscene boss.
Is there anything worse?
Hard crash. Dying.
I take it back.
I mean, we shouldn't be seeing any hard crashes, hopefully. Or dying in a magma pool, not magma pool, workstation trying to get your bombs.
Yeah, fortunately, the randomizer is fairly mature at this point, and so risks of crashes very, very low at this point.
Yeah. And I think they're mostly from the vanilla game now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, for all those people who run randomizer on GameCubes, all those loading freezes. Gendreavus using the PAL music for the fight, which is an interesting feature of the randomizer because it encourages you to use a 1.00 version so that you can do various
NTSC
tricks.
version.
That is the
Yeah.
only version that doesn't have the whole music here. Wow. It looks like Flagra died at the same time.
Wow. Synchronized cutscene death.
And I can't quite get a glimpse. It looks like missiles.
Oh, I missed it. Oh, yeah, it's missiles.
But yeah, the randomizer actually has a feature where if you provide a Metroid Prime Trilogy Wii ISO, it can take the full music track from there and put it into the randomized game. So very, very, very useful if you feel like experiencing it as it was meant to be experienced. As you jump across and bomb near his feet.
I actually prefer the bugged version or slash broken version slash the version missing some of the tracks. Changed my mind. I think what happened there was the composer Oh, we're gonna see a ghost check. Okay, that's
All right. This is very out of sequence, but rarely a time to do it
yeah,
outside of right after Flogra. He's getting this IBJ down pretty well. We'll see if he can get the dismount.
yep, and he did.
First
Nice.
try, no problem for Gendreavus. Not going to see that from AWP as he goes back out the back. And probably going to check Magma Pool, which is
Yeah,
probably, if progression is anywhere here in Chozo, it is there. Otherwise, we're going to
yeah.
see
There
players head
is a
straight to
non-zero
Magmore pretty
chance
quickly.
that there's Spider Ball and Supers in early Magmore, and Boost Ball is in fact here, but that's a very small chance.
Until we know where things are, anything's possible. Well, anything in logic.
I don't think we've actually talked about the logic yet, as a matter of fact.
So we are using glitchless logic here, which means there are no expected tricks to be done in order to beat the game.
Yep,
In addition
for
to
every
that,
item. That's Phazon suit. Well
oh
then.
boy, I really hope Gendreavus goes and checks Magma Pool.
Oh, he's going to, I'm sure. See, dumb.
There's that troll Magma Pool again.
There's
And
Boost Ball! Okay.
Talk about a loaded Magma Pool.
And there's just 5. No, up! No! Turn around! Up! Oh, he didn't know Space Jump was there. Oh, that's...
That is unfortunate. So if he doesn't know where Space Jump is and continues to look around to get it, he will still be looking for that. He can get Plasma with his boost now.
Yeah.
But no Space Jump is miserable. Very, very miserable.
You might have mistaken the that third main plaza item for missile, the Space Jump boots for missile. I know I have.
Yeah, it shaped wise, like it's maybe easy to tell, but it definitely doesn't have that orange glow that gives missiles away when you
It's
can't
just
see
if it's
things too
really
well,
far
so.
away, it can be hard to tell with the 480p resolution.
Yeah. AWP
Wait,
looking like he's just going to do the grapple strat here. And
I knew about it the whole. Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
ooh,
Sure.
misses it. But with getting boost ball as early as he did, and Gendreavus just getting a missile for ghosts, this will probably put AWP ahead once he gets plasma and space jump.
I suppose it is faster to get a Space Jump boots from the outside like this than to go through all of Training Chamber and that Morph Ball tunnel behind it. But if Op knew what was Space Jump was in fact there, why didn't he get it before? Maybe this is the first time he actually looked at it and realized, oh, I need that.
It's either that or he had planned this route in advance and was comfortable enough not having space jump until that point. So he's giving up for
Gendreavus didn't check Magma Pool. Oh dear.
No, he did
Oh
not. He was going
dear.
straight for Magmore. So he will be boostless and
Wow.
Phazonless.
So suddenly things have wildly diverged, and I have no idea who's.
Yeah, AWP getting his plasma beam right about now.
Like now.
So theoretically, if Gendreavus knows the skips, he doesn't need boost ball coming up, but boost ball does make your movement a lot faster.
But also Phazon suit.
Phazon suit is required no matter what to beat the game.
Yeah,
So
Gendreavus.
he doesn't think to check back in that area anytime soon. He is going to be scrambling at the end of this seed.
Yeah. Wow. So I was thinking this would be Gendreavus' race if solely because of Ops emulator lag, but now it's up in the air again.
Yeah, he's pretty much offsetting any emulator lag he has with the smart use of boost ball that we're seeing. So It seems like he's on his way though to Magmore now, and electing not to maybe get space jump. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what he's thinking here. He's collecting his second artifact for sure.
Yeah, that's easy. You need that. Neither runner has checked their artifact hints yet.
Yeah, neither one of them has checked it. Gendreavus not Not getting out of that Triclops grasp there.
Ice Predator was in Lower Furnace. Oh, Shore Tunnel? Yeah, that's the vanilla location. Yep. I understand what you're saying now.
AWP getting his missile checks, his early checks here. That
yep. 5 missiles for you. 5 missiles for you. 5 missiles for everybody.
Imagine if Oprah had access to missiles. So we are going to see some. I'm sorry.
Oh god. No, go ahead.
We are going to see some interesting or some new checks from Gendreavus here because he's in a new area and we'll be able to see hopefully maybe where Ice Beam is sooner than AWP. But
yeah,
with that boost ball and that Phazon suit that AWP just got 1-2 like that in an area that Gendreavus is probably not going to be back to in a while. Yeah, interestingly enough, not space jump.
I don't know.
We'll see if he goes back for it or if he just goes straight to Magmor like Gendreavus. Some very concerning freezes on Gendreavus' stream.
Yep. I'm having second thoughts and then third thoughts.
Yep.
What if AWP doesn't actually know the vanilla way of getting to that ledge? Oh, that would be... I wouldn't blame him. Oh.
So he is going down straight to Magmor.
Huh.
Yeah, you'll see that sometimes with runners where you'll see him go one direction, immediately turn and go another direction because
I know, I've done.
They are just thinking as they're moving, and it is a little tough to reconcile. Anyone who's done a randomizer could attest to.
Mm-hmm.
So he is going to be doing Magmor here and Vendrana without space jump. Sorry, you were saying?
I'm just trying to think why Off wouldn't go for space jump. He saw it there. Did he just? I don't know. We'll ask him for sure. Oh, yeah. Artifact number 3 has been located.
It seems so far that Gendreavus knows just a little more quality of life tricks to get things sooner and faster than AWP, and AWP just may not have practiced getting that item without space jump that way, and so isn't 100% sure if it's possible.
Are we going to have to look at the hints at all? Not at this rate.
AWP is taking a concerning amount of damage.
Get out. Okay. The lava is hot.
It sure is.
Gotta dip your toes in there.
Gendreavus trying this
fancy little jump here. You can jump on that pipe. You see in front of Gendreavus? It is very finicky though, because you have to approach it from the left side and only the left side for some reason.
Yeah, you essentially have to go around. So Gendreavus going straight for Vendrana here. Possibly.
Doesn't go for Warrior Shrine. That
he did go to Warrior Shrine.
Oh, he did. Oh, you're right. He did.
Artifact.
Oh my god! This speed is.
Now we're getting the last.
Okay, what are the last two? Okay, give me the garbage here. What's the other? Where's the other shoe?
Antechamber. So that's back in Shozo.
Yeah, that's just Ice Log.
Ice Ruins East, which he has.
These are really good artifacts.
So we'll see if he needs Spider to get this artifact, or if he has what he needs with Plasma with Ice Ruins East. But this seed is looking pretty free so far, as long as they can find Ice Beam pretty quickly.
And Gendreavus ever goes back to check Magma Pool.
Gendreavus ever gets Phazon suit.
Oh man.
It'll be curious actually if Gendreavus, as the last item he gets and needs, is Phazon suit, and gets it and turns back before he gets Boost Ball.
He would. Just because, like, in that scenario, you just need Phazon to go to Impact Crater. So, yeah, you would just leave. And at that point, Boost Ball isn't doing anything for you anyways.
Well, it does make the Ridley fight a lot quicker.
Oh, yep, hang on. I forgot about that. Yep.
And so you're right. If he remembers that, it'll be curious if he just takes the time to do that extra check, because that would definitely still be faster than fighting Ridley the other way. Also, some visors would be nice.
Yeah,
both of these runners have not found any visors, and without any visors, the Essence fight is a lot slower than it should be.
Oh yeah. We found Phazon and Magma Pool. Also Boost Paul and Training Chamber access. We know space jump boots are on the ledge that's behind Training Chamber, and Op tried to go for it but didn't get it for some reason. I'm not sure why.
So first Ice Rune's East
And
item
Gendreavus did not check Magma
is
Pool to get his
not the
Phazon and
artifact.
boost.
So he will have to
So
find
we need
Spider
Spider
Ball.
Ball. All right.
There is, I believe, another way to get that without Spider Ball that requires a very, very fickle bomb jump, which I'm not quite sure is in Gendreavus' skill set, but
I have never heard of this. I'm pretty certain I'm pretty certain you need the Spider Ball actually for this item alone.
I
Like it's one of the
am
three
not
items
that
that are.
capable, so I couldn't tell you for sure. But
Yeah,
I
I'm pretty
believe
certain
there
this
is
is one
another
of the
way.
three items that absolutely require Spider Ball in the game.
I am sure that at some point someone in chat will correct one of us.
The last Asner is in captivity. The jump in Lower Norfair is free. Okay, Joel.
So,
Uh,
what will probably make or break Gendreavus here in terms of taking back the lead, being in the lead? It's really unclear who's in the lead at this point.
yeah.
Will be if he finds ice before he decides to go check Magma Pool.
Right.
That's going to be most of the game wide open to him. And he's going to go probably check closer high density locations for the Phazon suit.
Op is
And so
back
that
in
could slow
Talon
him
Overworld,
down
interestingly.
considerably.
I see. He's checking Arbor Chamber. No, he doesn't have Space Jump.
He might be going back to get Space Jump at this point.
That would be interesting. I remember Claris trying to Sealing Warp into it back in the No Logic days. Oh, the Ice Ruin Spider Ball item? Oh, wait, Op did get it? Are we all really stupid?
What's that?
Op might have gotten it, according to Op. Space Jump, that is. I don't know. He did go back and look at it and try to get it, but I don't know if he actually got it.
I'm not seeing any second jumps from him.
Yeah, neither am I.
He is going straight to the front of
Yeah.
Chozo. I don't know. We'll find out soon enough. Because he'll be passing by that location pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah. I'm very certain Op did not get it.
Yeah, Gendreavus frantically searching for Spider and Ice, not finding it in the Chozo Ice Temple.
I think Ice will be in labs at this rate.
Yeah, and we'll be very curious to see. Gendreavus should know that almost all of labs at this point is out of logic without boost.
Right.
And so most of exploring that direction would be out of logic and therefore wouldn't find something like boost. But he may be just writing off boost and looking for ice, which absolutely could be in labs at this point. So curious to see what he reasons here moving forward.
Op might be a little bit confused in checking items he already has. As in, he has. Excuse me. 5 missiles for Gendreavus, of course.
Yep. Probably hoping that boost is vanilla up here.
Yeah, bad news, Gendreavus. It's behind Phazon suit.
Could be Ice Beam, could be Spider.
Yep, it could also be 5 more missiles.
I feel like I've seen both Ice and Spider in this location before.
I'm sure. Seen a lot of items here over the tournament.
That is not missiles.
I think
that
it's
like it might be
Ice Beam. Wait.
Wow.
Wow. See, dumb. Oh, Op is trying to get. What?
So now that he has Ice Beam, he knows it's not in labs and that labs are still not in logic.
So Op just made another attempt at space jump and missed.
And now he's going back. Boy, this is I don't know what to make of this race.
Way to get that.
Yeah. So Gendreavus looking like he's going to press forward at least a little bit here. And Op still not getting his space jump. maybe thinking that he needs super missiles or something. I don't know. I don't know what Op's thinking.
He might think he needs Spider, getting something mixed up in Training Chamber.
You do need it to get the item, but not to move past it.
THK, I will get you the seed. I will post it in chat for you. Bang.
Yes, we know our 2 remaining artifacts are in Ice Ruins East and the Antechamber.
Mm-hmm.
And so Gendreavus really just looking for Spider and Phazon at this point. And Spider is the only item we don't know where it is. Fortunately, it's an item with glitchless logic turned on that can't be in too many
More
places.
Locations.
There are a handful of locations it can't be, so hopefully Gendreavus will keep that in mind as he explores this out of logic zone.
Yeah, Gendreavus should know that he needs to find Boost Ball, like, basically before Observatory. Otherwise, he's missed something dramatic here.
Yeah, but at the same time, he knows Spider could be up here, and he knows Phazon could. And so he might think that going this far out of logic could be worth it.
Actually, the back of
because it is a
Labs
high
is
density
open
of
because
checks.
of Grapple Beam. It is open. The back of Magmore.
Is it? I think it still requires Spider Ball to get to the back of Magmore.
Oh, it does, yeah. Disregard. So, yeah.
So it could be in logic if Spider is somewhere we just haven't seen yet, but...
Yeah.
To everyone's knowledge so far, it is not.
It's probably... no, it can't be there. Oh, this is weird. I was going to say it might be in, they call the Elders, but you need Spider Ball to get there, so obviously not.
Yeah. Gendreavus...
Oh, I bet it's in Tower of Light. No, wait, you need Spider Ball to get to Tower of Light. Okay, disregard.
These Diggle is voicing pretty much what runners are thinking at this point, because these are all the things you have to think of whenever you a race with glitchless logic. Of, well, I could go here. Oh, but can I? Will it be there? Will something else be there?
I'm just racking my brain trying to think of where they haven't checked that they can. Oh man.
I mean, Boost Ball is in logic, right? Gendreavus doesn't know that. And so with Boost in logic, what he's doing is technically in logic right now to find Spider Ball. So we could be seeing Spider Ball show up.
That's fair.
Pretty much anywhere Gendreavus is going so far. Once he starts to check spider locked locations is when things will start to get really, really questionable.
Right.
More questionable is him not being able to get the scan dash to skip.
Yeah, this is pretty important and also necessary for Gendreavus since he doesn't have Boost Ball.
Yeah.
I don't think he's timing his jumps quite right.
Yeah,
he's holding down the B button for too long, it looks like.
It's one of the ones that requires a little more specific timing than you. And
yeah, this is one of the more obnoxious scan dashes.
He may feel like
Gendreavus absolutely has to do it or else he just has to leave.
Yeah, fortunately he's not trapped. And getting caught on the corner there almost, it looks like.
Yeah, that's frequent. Yeah, he isn't getting enough height. For sure.
And gets it that time.
There we go. Yep.
So now we'll check the top of Observatory, which is just a missile, fortunately.
Of course.
For Gendreavus.
Doing the R jump to get across.
And plowing right ahead.
Where is Op, actually?
Op has kind of been going in circles a little bit in Magmore, but now he's finally going. I do not believe he has checked the artifact locations yet.
No. No, man. This could still be anyone's race. It's going to come down to who gets their item first. When does Gendreavus go back to Magma Pool, and when does Op figure out that he actually can, in fact, get Space Jump Boots?
Yeah, there's two main factors. AWP will get his Ice Beam soon enough here in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
And so Gendreavus finding Phazon suit, AWP getting space jump, which, for all we know, may not technically be required. Not quite sure how that would work out. But then the other big wild card here is Spider Ball.
Right.
They will need Spider Ball. 99% chance in order to get that last artifact. So,
Right.
yeah, we'll see here. Gendreavus is coming up on his last 3 checks here in labs. Goes to Farfandrana, which he can explore pretty thoroughly with his new Ice Beam.
Hey, Alias, what's this?
Well, it's a Metroid.
Metroid, at this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of town 4, localized entirely within the Pirate Labs.
Diggle, this is a bad meme and you should feel bad.
I mean, I feel bad because I made it already, but I don't feel bad for making it in the first place.
Now, these Metroids are killable with a single fully charged plasma shot, but
Yep.
does require fully charged, and Gendreavus missing them there. Does needlessly kill Edward.
He probably deserves it.
And
that must be
an energy tank and a
Not
missile.
some missiles, of course.
Getting the missile, but not the energy tank, questionably enough.
That energy tank can be a pain if you don't know the easy way to get it.
Yeah, it's quite possible that he doesn't know the jump there, and now he's going to be checking the last item. Hopefully
He also
not
just
gonna
has
get-
5e tanks already, so he just might be fine.
That is true.
Hey, it's Boater Ball. Nice.
All right, so the Spider Ball trick paying off here. Now, hopefully, when Gendreavus sees this, he will get Spider Ball, go back to Ice Ruins East, get the artifact, and then head back to Chozo to get the last artifact there in back Chozo, and hopefully take the
Right.
opportunity to full clear Chozo and get his Phazon suit.
Hopefully.
We'll see what his move here is once he gets Spider Ball. And see if he backtracks through Magmore, see if he
I
goes
hope
through
his move
Bardis.
isn't go through back of the edge of Fendrana, then around through Thardis, and then go to Phazon Mines to look for Phazon suit. I'm getting his Ice Beam.
Yeah, so
And now I think he's out of places he can go without the thing that is Space Jump Boots.
the thing that is Space Jump Boots.
Yes, I am
because
good at the language that is English.
If AWP
Ostensibly.
can manage to get his Space Jump Boots and then go through labs and get that Spider Ball, that will definitively put him in go mode.
Yeah, yeah.
So Gendreavus checking the back here, looking desperately for Phazon suit.
Oh man, this is a really okay. Just a stream crowding out for a bit. I thought he might have crashed.
Yeah, there's been a few questionable questionable pauses on his stream, but thankfully just stream hiccups.
And here's our big old cheater dragons swimming through the ether out of bounds.
Yes. It's good to know that if Ridley were participating in this tournament, he would be disqualified.
One can dream. This is one of the weirdest races I've seen. It's really tense and close.
For all the wrong reasons.
For all the wrong reasons. Because Gendreavus did not check Magma Pool. And probably should have, honestly. And
probably just forgetting about it until later, and now checking everything happened to him. AWP just not able to get his Space Jump Boots for some reason.
And doesn't seem to know the actual intended way to get it. Amazing. This is. It looks like, yeah, I think he's going back to try again. It is not against the rules, by the way, of the tournament to look at strategies while in the tournament race.
Definitely not. Yeah, we've seen it done a few times.
Yep.
Because there are a few interesting predicaments that that runners can unknowingly place themselves in these
Mm-hmm.
randomizers that would require tricks to get out of.
Oh yeah.
And so, especially in a case like that, you definitely want to take the time to look up the trick and try your best to get out of it.
Mm-hmm. For example, maybe supers are in the gravity chamber, and Gendreavus somehow doesn't know the slope jump to get out.
Yeah, gravity chamber without gravity suit does require a series of slope jumps that,
Three
for
of
the
them to be precise.
unpracticed, can be unfortunate. And
The
same for a
first and
lot of
third
time.
ones are easy enough. They're fine. The second one can go die in a pit.
Ironically, I have the most trouble with the first one.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
The second and third one come pretty easily to me. So, yeah, that's fortunately not what Gendreavus is doing, spying a missile there and bailing out of gravity chamber.
Oh, I believe in your ability to get space jump boots.
Yeah, that space jump location has just been haunting AWP this entire first hour.
Yeah.
We'll probably hopefully see just, I mean, it's possible either way. Hopefully he just gets a good attempt in and then is able to move on. And from there, it'll be curious to see if he goes to labs, if he tries to go somewhere else looking for Spider Ball. I would imagine
It can't be very far into Lab Spider Ball or labs, not mines.
Labs, I think,
No,
would be the most logical place to look, but being in Chozo already, he might try to do the skip and check back Chozo first, considering an artifact's there.
true. All right, back to Chozo again. Oh man, this is so weird.
Yeah, Gendreavus
As
cleaning
soon
up
as-
for Fendrana here, so we'll see where he decides to go from here.
Right. I bet he checks quarantine monitor as well, and maybe Thard is feeling particularly saucy.
Yeah,
But
if he wanted to go back to Ice Ruins East to get the artifact, Thardis would be on his mind right now.
hey, you know what I just realized? So we did get the double flogger after all in the seed, as the seed has promised.
Oh man, I hate everything. Thankfully, we didn't get a double Thardis.
Ugh.
Or double Omega Pirate.
Alright, Hop, you're back in Chozo again.
Gendreavus getting some more power bombs, which is always nice.
That's 7 or 8 power bombs right there.
It's 7, yeah. It looks like 3 of 7 right there. Nice little randomizer hack to show the totals on missiles and power bombs.
Mm-hmm.
So AWP is rounding the corner and opting to go the magma pull direction.
He's figured it out. Anti-chamber. Oh no.
Gendreavus misses the dash, but has grapple and spider to easily get back up.
Oh, anti-chamber.
But he is not getting to monitor very well here.
Oh, so close. Everyone send him your energy. Tell him to go to training chamber and do it.
Yeah. Wow, it looks like he's going to check. Hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I think he's going to back Chozo at this point.
He is.
All right, so Gendreavus opting to do Thardis here. Doesn't have thermal, but does have plasma and plenty of power bomb. This should be a pretty quick fight still, if he charges his beam, which he is starting to do.
Man, this seed has certainly been a thing. This was a jet seed in the end. And yet...
Yeah. The seed is jet. The race is yet to be determined.
Oh, man. Up is so close. Because he's probably going to go to Pirate Labs after this.
Yeah, he will still have to go all the way out of the way. So as long as Gendreavus goes to Ice Ruins East after
I'm
this,
considering something.
and then going to Chozo after, we'll have to see what Gendreavus decides to do. Pretty much in control of his own fate at this point, unknowingly.
What is Op thinking?
He's probably thinking if there's any way he can get those space jump.
He might have realized he might not actually be able to get the anti-chamber. Yeah, you can't get anti-chamber without space jump, I think. Because Hall of the Elders, I think you need space jump to get around in that room.
You can double bomb jump up the space jump ledges, and then once you're right in front of anti-chamber, you can just do the vanilla way intended.
Oh yeah, that just Hall of the Elders.
He could get there, but knows it's out of logic, and so is probably just thinking of all the creative ways to try and get them, or just going to check ghosts.
Controversial change in the randomizer. So normally after you beat Slogra, there's vines in front of the door, but the randomizer removes them for whatever reason. Rip the Tantrum Rock. It is very dead.
Yep. Gendreavus banking on Phazon suit here.
Yeah, THK knows what he's talking about because he's run low percent.
Oh.
And
does get validation from the Tantrum.
Well, I think that's
now
the best
we have a
Tantrum has ever been.
the literal only reason to do. All right, so Gendreavus here, deciding which way to exit, going out the front, going to Ice Ruins East, and then we will see.
You know, Op didn't actually leave out the intended way, so the ghosts aren't actually activated.
Yeah, he would have to do
oh my god, that's amazing.
Point, if he wanted to check ghosts. Or just fall down and then go. We've seen AWP do a bunch of circles here needlessly because he just hasn't those space jump boots, unfortunately. This could be a very, very different race if he had known how to get those when he saw them.
Yeah, this is the most bizarre race. Gendreavus.
Well on his way to Ice Ruins East, AWP falling down the shaft, hitting the trigger, going all the way around.
Maybe he'll think to take a look at Magma Pool this time.
And he is pretty upset. Firing
I would be
all those shots.
Yeah, I think you're right, THK. Since yeah, no, I think that's just the play here.
Yeah, so Gendreavus almost dashing out of bounds there and going to Ice Ruins East.
That would be
awkward. And because he did defeat Thardus, that does come with some layer changes, such as an adult Sheegoth being here instead of two baby ones, and the big thumps coming with it.
Right. There we go, 5th artifact. Maybe this is the time Op gets the Come on, Op, get it! Get it! He did it! Oh my god!
All right. Oh. So AWP just has to get his spider ball.
He is so happy.
He's spelling out.
Just on. All right. This race is weird. Don't jump out of bounds.
Both of our players are getting dangerously close to out of bounds.
It's finally happened. We have a race, hopefully.
He's letting off a celebratory power bomb as well.
He has some to spare.
So as we double elevator here,
Op did not go the intended way. I honestly don't think he knows the.
He might just be confusing the item requirements to get through that room. I've done it before.
That's fair.
So we'll see if Gendreavus goes the mines direction or back to Chozo here pretty soon.
We're pretty certain the correct play at this point is to go back to Yeah, he's going to either the elevator or either Talon or the mines elevator, and I think he's going to Talon to go to Chozo to go on the way to Antechamber.
Yeah, I would hope so. If he's going to use that artifact knowledge correctly there, then he knows he needs to clear that area anyway, and then might think that if he doesn't find Phazon by then, to try bar skip to get to Phazon from there. But if he's not comfortable with that, then he might try to go to Phazon directly.
He could go to the back of mines as well, actually, to get to Antechamber that way. I think there are more checks that way.
Not without boost. He would still have to do a bar skip. But does take the Talon elevator.
Oh, no.
This is still a race. AWP, though, taking his time to go find that spider ball. But this is one of the reasons that having space jump as soon as Gendreavus did was a big advantage, because now AWP is going to make all these checks that he's comfortable making only with space jump.
Right.
And that's just going to sink more and more time into his run here.
This was a weird one.
Yeah, and AWP also has some options here as far as where to look for Spider Ball, because he's fairly far off from labs at this point. He may decide to go check another area entirely.
Right.
Oh, there's that concerning stream freeze again.
Yep.
Interesting high five from the runners as well. They're in Root Cave. Gendreavus going to Chozo.
And not going to Fendrana via Magmor.
Hopefully remembering Magma. Yeah, and this will be a big decision once he gets Phazon, assuming that happens soon, on if he does go get that boost ball, or if he just goes to fight the slow Ridley fight. So Gendreavus actually not even bothering to check Tower of Light on the way. May have just remembered that he didn't check Magma Pool and that it was in logic early on.
Right.
At the same time,
he's gonna have egg on his face when he finds Phazon immediately.
And it looks like
that's the race right here.
Taking the lead. Definitively once and for all. What's yet to be decided is if he'll enter go mode or slow mode.
Oh, alright. He's gonna be really happy here.
Ooh. He does go for the extra check. Maybe just thinking he can exit out this way instead. So, if there were no doubts before...
No, he would want to go to Antechamber, yeah.
Since
he wants to go to Antechamber, he would leave through Magma Pool. Oh man, this was a close race for really weird reasons.
Yeah. AWP making that logic check early on and paying off, but not able to...
Yeah, even with... If he had gotten it early on, or had known how to do it the intended way, even with op slowdown and emulator slowdown, op could have won, very likely.
Yeah, if he had gotten those space jump boots really early, given how we now know Gendreavus's route, eventual route to be, it could have been a really close race, for sure.
Right.
Fortunately for now, though, unless an unfortunate death happens for some reason, we're going to see Gendreavus take this race.
Well, we'll see how many additional checks Gendreavus makes for visors. Or if he just is comfortable with visorless Exo.
That is true. And that honestly might have been what was going through Gendreavus' mind when he checked training chamber process, was checking for visors as well.
Of
A lot of
course.
times, whenever you see runners in go mode without visors, you'll see them make on the way checks for visors anyway. AWP is going the right direction. Probably just going to plunge right into labs with all those beams, get Spider Ball, and then be on Gendreavus' heels.
Yeah. Oh, THK, my condolences for that seed. Does depend on how comfortable AWP is with Visalus Exo as well, or Visalus Essence. Yeah, Visalus Exo is pretty easy since you don't actually need visors at all for that in any capacity. I just misspoke. Yeah, it is pretty slow. Up making that Hall of the Eldritch check too. Gendreavus here trying a sort of pseudo skip where you don't need Spider Ball for this. Yeah, you can just jump up here.
It's definitely one of the easier tricks to master.
Yeah.
And definitely save some time as well. Usually, the most optimal way is to. Not sure where that fanfare came from.
Yeah, I think it was from the It must have been from the morph ball slot, but there's no cuts for it. Sure.
Yeah, so
Let's just go with that.
Usually more optimal to do that little shortcut while the ghost is still loading. But
In his
it's a time save no matter what.
Yeah. You know. Again, is doing the checks. He just has to scan the thing up here to before he does the plasma lock because otherwise he can't get up here again.
Does look like he will be checking the ice location, possibly the plasma location. But it is interesting as these rounds continue and people get paired up with people that are more and more on their level. Once these runners start entering go mode, they're going to probably start feeling that urgency, especially if they miss something obvious like Gendreavus did with Phazon suit. And we'll probably see more and more often, I would imagine, runners just skipping random stuff like potential gravity suit.
Okay, sure, whatever you say. Well then, this seed was stupid.
It was it was interesting.
So let's get this straight. You don't need any visors if you're comfortable with visorless essence. All the beams were very early on. You didn't even have to fight Slogra at all.
So
like the farthest in the game you had to go was research core.
What if this is a visor and then Overgrown Cavern is a visor, and he gets both of them on his way to the end of the game?
I would have a cow. Okay, it's just a missile. Oh man, if we don't find any visors, I wonder. Yeah, I'm gonna bet Central Dynamo for X-Way. Oh dear. And Thermal will be in Elite Quarters or PCA.
I did have a seed.
I also haven't seen super missiles.
Yeah, super missiles are MIA as well. Fortunately, not required. Gendreavus getting his official last artifact.
In this Wraith, digital. I can't speech ever. I don't know why. You need to qualify it with this race.
I can't speech ever either. It's fine.
Hi, digital. It's 11:17. I don't need your crap, everyone. I've had a long day.
One of the more interesting parts of the stream up to this point, I think, is that For some reason, the stream layout thinks that you're the only one commentating.
Oh, Even though you signed up before me, all right.
It sensed I bailed, and I didn't.
Oh. Should we ping a moderator then, or
Maybe it's just muted me this whole time anyway.
I've just been talking to myself.
And people have just been missing half of the con. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, so Gendreavus very, very quickly making his way to do the ship save, and then having his boost to do Ridley and do final bosses pretty quickly. Doesn't have super missiles, does have Ice Spreader, and most importantly, does have Flamethrower.
Oh, weird. Your name was there on the...
Yeah, it was there before, and it just disappeared. Yeah, someone's got it out for me on the SpeedGaming staff.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah. AWP beginning his trek through labs, has Boost Ball. We'll be able to get that Spider Ball no problem. Then we'll have to get his 3 remaining artifacts.
Of course.
But not without that emulator lag.
Anti-chamber and Ice Runes East. What's that other artifact Op is missing?
To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure which of the other 4 he didn't get. I would imagine it was Short Tunnel.
No, he got Short Tunnel.
In that case, it was definitely Ruined Shrine or Ruined Nurse. It actually might be Ruined Shrine. Because he might not have thought to check that with power bombs.
No, he did. He did.
In that case, I have no idea. We'll find out.
Yeah, he got Short Tunnel. I saw it with my own eyes. Maybe he has 4 artifacts, and Mop just goofed. Sorry, Mop.
I can't believe that you're bad-mouthing our only tracker when he is trying his hardest.
No, he is.
So the Ridley fight,
it's very easy to miss one item, especially an artifact.
The Ridley fight you guys see on Gendreavus' screen, you see why boost is pretty necessary for a quick Ridley fight, because when he lands entering his first phase, he takes boost damage, and boost damage is insanely high, and it pretty much instantly triggers his second phase. Saving about
not instantly.
2 or 3
it
minutes
takes
of the
1
fight.
Frame.
I'm sorry, it takes a frame.
Because Boost Ball does
of a second.
Boost Ball does 50k damage per frame too, because it just does that. But Ridley, for some reason, in his flyby phase, is not immune to it, and we don't know why. It's either an oversight or the developer's like, nah, there's no way they can boost into Ridley. It'll be fine. Forgetting that Ridley just lands in the middle of the fight. Now, the easiest way to not forget an artifact on the tracker, just remember your artifacts. And then feel really dumb when you forget an artifact and just walk into Artifact Temple and you look like an idiot.
Fortunately, that has never happened to me during a race.
Yeah, I've only done that offline, and I've only done it once.
Only within the privacy of my own home, and therefore spared any embarrassment.
Yeah. Yeah, no one will ever know.
Unless you admit to it while commentating.
I mean, I soft locked on camera in my very first round, so yeah.
AWP also having having trouble with this trick. Has Boost Ball, but knows this is definitely the quicker method. Not able to get it these first couple tries. Meanwhile, Gendreavus is also going for the quick impact crater climb.
Oh, hang on, he's getting bullied, of course, because that's all these Fission Metroids are capable of doing.
Yeah, thankfully has enough power bombs to spare.
Oh yeah,
I definitely want to save it 1 or 2 for safety for the Essence fight, but is able to get the slope jump eventually. and hopefully not going to get bullied by Metroids any further on his way out.
Okay, he's safe, probably. Yeah, those Metroids can knock you down. I think they're nicknamed the Shack Metroids, if I'm not mistaken.
They go by many names. I've heard them named after basketball players. I've heard them named Jack and Jill due to the out of bounds trick here. Typically, what you'll see in the Metroid Prime community here is that we only name enemies that are annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. The only exception to this is Ivan the Conscientious Objector, who just lets you walk by in upper Phazon.
Unless you shoot him. Then
or
all
you
bets are
enter
off.
from the intended way. Oh man, so here we have Super Missile S. Wait, we have Flamethrower!
We do have Flamethrower. He knows. We'll see if he remembers and thinks he has the time.
I think it might actually be faster here to use Flamethrower.
It might, without super missiles. He might just be trying to get through this phase 1.
True.
We'll see. So for those unaware, Metroid Prime Exoskeleton here has 4 phases and 4 subchambers. This first one will just be he'll shift between being weak to power and wave damage. This next one, which he's transitioning to, will add ice to that. The next one will add plasma. And the fourth one will also be all 4, but there's a lot more
just
RNG.
Pure anarchy.
It's chaos.
Madness. It can switch between beams whenever it wants. It can charge whenever it wants. In addition to when it takes enough damage. It's some big ol' mess. Oh, and also in Subchamber 4, Prime can go super speed and just start moving really fast and make things really obnoxious. Yeah, Prime can be a bad time. Rip Edward. There is Edward, by the way, one of the other enemies we named. That is his most common fate, taking all of the damage to the face as soon as he breaks through the glass.
Gendreavus is just getting grenaded here.
Yeah,
and not very, I guess, not very confident in shooting these charge beam shots.
Yeah.
I know that he's done a low percent run before, and so may just revert to that whenever he doesn't have the beam combos for a phase. Does try to get the snipe and misses. For a brief second there, after Metroid Prime turns around, he is still weak to his previous damage type, which is super useful if you have things like the Ice Spreader, Super Missile.
And can name, of course.
Or the Flames.
Gendreavus trying for a snipe there while you charge. For a lot of the charge, Prime will be immune to damage, but at a certain point, very far, Prime will be vulnerable to damage again, and you can shoot him.
AWP finding his spider ball and being upset at its location.
That would be 2, possibly.
We will see if he backtracks through mines or decides to go around like Gendreavus did. But I'm sorry, not mines, labs. But Dark Labs is not fun.
No, he's not. Yeah, he's just going around one way or another. Don't know where he will, if he'll fight Thardus as well, or if, not.
Yeah, if he feels he can beat Thardus easily with the plasma and power bombs, then he might do that, because the alternative, aside from reverse labs, is like 2 elevators and just questionably shorter or longer. Depends on, I guess, whatever they feel they can do the quickest.
Right. Okay, so he is going through Thardus, it seems like.
Yeah, either that or maybe just checking quarantine monitor.
That too.
Hopefully he does realize that Spiderball puts him in go mode.
Yeah. Alright, just getting my invites, setting up for Gendreavus when he kills the Prime.
Yeah, and Gendreavus does get that Ice Spreader snipe.
Nice.
Which didn't seem to one-shot it for some reason.
No, it's
Maybe
Prime is
it was
really
delayed.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prime likes to delay its weaknesses changes in this early on, or in these first 3 subchambers. It's really strange. It can take upwards of like a second to realize, oh no, I've taken too much of the damage.
Yeah, so Metroid Prime is in the fourth phase of its exoskeleton, which means just like that, we're going to see some very RNG-based trolling.
Oh my god! You think you're going to get plasma? Ha! Nope. You're going to get the worst beam here. I guess second worst since we don't have super missiles. Oh, well. If it just keeps doing this, I guess that's fine. Oh.
Yeah. Meanwhile, AWP electing to go through Magmore instead of Thardus.
Fair enough.
And letting off some shots of frustration. We'll see if he does any checks along the way here.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about, Total Anarchy. So we just saw Prime change like 2 or 3 times now, and charge for no reason, and it's just a mess. Oh, and Gendreavus does get the charge snipe. Does he get the other snipe? He does. Nice.
And yet.
Oh my god! Stop! Die!
Best
wow! This is terrible! Okay, rip the giant enemy crab.
And now he'll probably take damage during a cutscene. Or just after.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, those do damage.
So this is the 5th and last phase of the Metroid Prime fight, which is the Metroid Prime Essence.
Squid.
The reason why Phazon suit is required because it gives you the Phazon beam, which you'll see him go in and out of, maybe trying to do some attack cancels or pull cancels here. But it will be a slow fight because he has no visors. Essence does phase in and out of, I don't know, different visor realities, whatever they are. And only is vulnerable to damage if you have the visor on during that phase. And so because he's missing 2 of the 3...
No, that's only for a Mega Pirate. You can still damage him, you just can't see him, and it's really obnoxious to actually find him.
Right. Yes, that was my bad. But because you can't lock on, you will see Gendreavus
do this, basically.
Trying to aim, occasionally seeing his scan visor to try and see where he is, but it does, regardless, go.
Oh, he did get a little bit of damage in.
Yeah, just a little.
So let's just remember, this thing isn't Smash now. This rude troll here is in Smash Bros.
As an Echo Fighter. AWP doing a nice little slope jump around Magmore.
I don't even know if it's slope jump so much as just collision.
Well, it's a slope jump to get to the collision, and then it's okay.
Collision. Fair enough. And Gendreavus finding Essence very quickly and doing a fair amount of damage. If you find if you can get to the pool quickly enough, rather, and you can just start tapping the fire button to do a lot of damage very quickly. Oh, that's another thing. So you do the most damage the first frame or so you fire the Phazon beam. That's an interesting placement.
Yeah, sometimes Essence can get placed really weird right after those pulls, which can slow you down quite a bit.
Ooh.
Now, interesting of note, the most optimal actual beam to be switched to here is the power beam. He does have the ice beam on, probably in anticipation of freezing Metroids like he's doing, but outside of Metroid mitigation, you definitely usually want to be on the power beam for this fight.
Yep. Nope, couldn't find Prime there. Alright, Op gets his next artifact, which is possibly 5 or 4. Definitely not 3
Yeah.
or 6.
Probably see him head back to Chozo at this point and get anything he doesn't have before he hits to the end of the game as well.
Yep.
And so we do see him use Scan Visor when he can there to locate Prime, but he can get pretty off track pretty quickly after that, and the Phazon pulls tend to disappear pretty quickly, so...
Yeah.
This is the slowness of the final fight we were talking about with no visors, but Gendreavus doing an okay job of getting damage in when he can.
Yeah. And he's not getting pool skips as well, which is good. Oh yeah, you can get pool skips if you're unlucky, / don't manipulate essence correctly. There's a box around the giant enemy crab in the background that if essence is within that box, doesn't spawn pool for you, and you just feel bad. Essence also has to be some minimum damage away from you. So if you get far enough away, it'll get closer to you. If it's too close to you, it'll try to back up, and so on. So basically, so long as you stand along the back wall of the room, you should be fine. Nice, and got his attack cancels. Ooh, Fission Metroids.
Making the most of that. Now, Fission Metroids usually mean that you just stand in the point name to beat Essence, but because he can't see him for 2 more rounds, it'll still be slow and steady here.
Yeah.
Maybe taking him down before he can see him again, but we will find out.
Right. Oh, he hit it like once. Sounded right at the end. Oh, Asder, no. Visible phases are just essence demanding to see your supervisor. Oh, man.
Puns are unwelcome here.
Nope, Gendreavus not finding essence.
Showing off just how slippery Essence can be.
Yep, slippery like a squid. Alright, so what Op is doing here is he's going up to the chamber from... In theory, there's a crash figured site is a one-way exit from Chozo and an elevator there, but no, there's like 5 different ways to climb up that room, as usual.
Yeah, lots of standable terrain to use as Gendreavus enters what is probably the last cycle here for him.
Yep. I don't think he even needs to do a ton pool cancels like this.
He does
can just
not,
unload.
but he evidently does not know that.
Oh yeah, we should have explained pool cancels. And he's done. 133.20.
Yeah, GG's to Gendreavus, who managed to get that Phazon suit and boost ball.
Let us get him in here for the interview. So yeah, pool cancels. I didn't explain that, unfortunately. So basically what happened, you consume, as you stand in the Phazon, you consumes Phazon. Also, hi, Gendreavus.
Welcome, and congratulations on your win.
Thank you very much.
We were very curious to see that you chose to check Magma as late as you did. Any insight as to why that wasn't checked earlier?
Which room?
Or Phazon
Magma pool, where the Phazon suit was.
Oh, yeah. So as soon as I went down into Magmor the very first time, I kicked myself because I said, "Aw, crap, Magma pool is what I should have done." And then I said, "Well, it's 2 checks. Well, I mean 3 checks, 2 items, right now. So Yeah.
F.
3 checks, 2 items. I'll find something, and then, I started getting deeper into. I got in Magmore. When I hit Phendrana and got Ice Beam, I said, "Well, okay, I guess I can do labs." I forgot that. I mean, labs was no, it wasn't. Yes, no, it wasn't. I was well, no, because I was thinking labs isn't in logic without boost ball, but then I realized no, I could come in through the backside, and then I remembered again, no, that requires spider ball, even though I haven't had to use it for ever. But
Yeah, it did work out because it was in logic, even though you didn't know it was, and then you were able to route pretty well after that, in order to secure a win here.
where's Op at?
Op
He's
is getting his last
artifact.
artifact here,
Think-
and it's about to head to
Could
final
be 5 or
bosses.
6. We think it's his last though.
One of
Okay.
the major advantages you had early, you guys both did flag almost at the same time, but you were able to get space jump a lot sooner than AWP was.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He was unsure of the best way to do it.
And I don't think he knew the intended way to get it actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and so
Or
he did
might,
as,
and he
pretty
thought
much
he
as
needed spider ball for it.
yeah, he pretty much did as much as he could without space jump before going back to get it,
Yeah.
and then had to go do all those space jump tricks.
I see.
So either way, very good win on Jet Seed. Any other tidbits you feel like sharing with everyone after the fact?
Let's see. It was fun to have finally do the legendary Mindsless run.
Nice. This is the best seed we've seen all around 4, I think, honestly.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. There was very, very, very free artifact placements here.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember if it was my first race or my race against Bash that had a whole bunch of artifacts in Chozo as well.
Well,
But,
you just get all the free artifact seeds then, don't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
I want to see where these visors were. I want to see how garbage this is.
Oh yeah, I'm betting both the visors were in mines.
Central Dynamo and Elite Quarters or PCA. That's my bet.
Well, we're going to find out after this special thanks paragraph.
Life Grove and Storage Depot B.
So only one of them was in Phazon. That's very interesting.
STB isn't that bad either.
Life Grove
man,
wasn't
which
too
one was
far
from
off.
Life Grove?
Thermal was in Life Grove.
Oh man, we didn't quite have the vanilla or French vanilla X.
Yeah.
Like I did in my race.
French-ish vanilla.
Yeah,
We'll call it
Italian
European vanilla, yeah. But yeah, well, congratulations again, Gendreavus, on your win. This will take you up to 3-1, I believe,
Oh,
on
nice.
your record.
I mean,
So-
technically 2-1 because the first one was a bye.
No, it's a 3-1. Buy it's an automatic win.
Oh, okay. The way that it was scored anyway was I got a 0 and my opponent got a -1.
Yeah, it counts as a win, but for
Oh.
tiebreaker purposes, that does give you less total points. I
Fair
believe that's how
enough.
that works.
Okay.
So it's a half point or something like
Yeah.
that.
Either
but
way,
still.
that puts you near the top of the standings. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. That's
Yeah,
dumb.
congrats. Supers and PCA? Oh, geez. I forgot to... No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was worried going into EXO or going into the final bosses visorless and superless, but it's like I didn't want to do any more checks because I did magma pool so late, and because boost was there. It's not just the time. It's not just the backtracking time I lost. It was all the time that I could have been boosting that I lost. So I was just terrified the whole time.
Right.
Once I realized that boost was almost certainly there.
Yeah, we were curious to see if the reason you checked training chamber access was because you were looking for visors or boost might be there.
Train chamber access.
Right after Phazon suit where you got boost ball.
Oh yeah, because I knew that boost was one of the two. So
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And I wanted to have the go fastball for at least a little bit.
Yeah, and AWP here with his Ridley fight. By the way, getting his 6 artifacts somehow upon meeting Ridley. Apparently was miscounted, but it's really showing one of the other disadvantages that AWP had here with his Dolphin emulator lag.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Ridley is definitely one of the worst offenders when that happens, and it's definitely happening now.
But also he's on Ridley for at 138, even with the emulator lag and the amount of time space jump. So that was still pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah, it was interesting because AWP got his Phazon suit and boost ball when he was still in Chozo while you went off to Magmor. But at the same time, you got Plasma and Space Jump long before he did. And
Right.
so he was showing his emulator lag off obviously right away, but because he had boost a lot earlier than you did, he almost made up the difference for it with that. And then because of you guys having different kinds of progression, it was a close race there for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, when I went down that elevator to Magmor, I considered going right back up to check Magma Pool, and like I said, I thought, there's items between here and there, and any of them can be boost.
Oops.
Yeah.
AWP getting his Ridley fight done and on his way to Impact Crater, electing to finish out the game here.
Right. And I hope Op gets a real Wii one day, or at least a computer that can do Dolphin fine and stream.
Yeah, I mean, I had a few hitches. One of them had me really worried. I think it was somewhere around Ridley, I think. I was worried that, like, my computer was about to crash for some reason. But
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we saw them come through on stream as well. They looked and sounded like, crashes in the game, but ended up just being little blips. We figured those were just stream issues or something. But I'm glad that your game didn't crash.
Me too.
Especially
Yeah,
before
we
you
all
ship
are, I
saved.
think.
All right, so AWP making his way to Impact Core here. And is going to do the slope jump.
Nice.
Fewer tries than I took.
Does
There we
seem
go.
so,
Yep.
but then he gets
Oh,
immediately
no.
bodied by a fisherman.
The bullies. The Jack and Jill. Shaquille O'Neal.
But is able
Oh,
to recover
man.
pretty nicely after that. So
Yeah.
pretty decent climb.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to the time where I got up this far, got grabbed by one Fission Metroid, like in the center of that platform, morphed, and got knocked all the way down by the other. And I'm just electing to take it easy for a moment to bait them into this. What happens when a runner's rig crashes? We hope they saved.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I figured it would just be treated like a death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
again, they're pretty rare, unless you have stuff like emulator difficulties.
Right.
But yeah, when they happen, it's why it's a really good idea to safety save during those randomizer races when you think potential issues may occur.
Mm-hmm.
Also, shout out to Gendreavus getting exactly 50% completion.
Exactly. In
Oh,
exactly 1 hour
that
and-
sound.
Yep.
Wow.
Good old boss lag. One thing we were disappointed in
Yes.
during your run, Gendreavus, was that you elected not to use the flamethrower during the
I
power phase
know.
of exoskeleton.
I realized that as I killed Exo,
Oh.
and I'm like, well, there's no point in using. I should have used it against Essence while it was invisible. Just take some of this, you filthy slime.
Squid.
Yeah.
Yeah, visorless essence. There's plenty of time.
I got one really good pool on him.
You did a good
Yeah.
amount of damage during his phases, which was nice to see for sure.
Yeah.
Alright, so AWP laggingly making his way to subchamber 2.
Yeah. Oh man, this music is a trip when it's slowed down by like 50% or more.
I believe that.
Yeah, it is interesting. Our fusion suit advocate in chat is noticing that both of you did not use fusion suit.
That is correct.
Personally, I have to commend you.
Oh, thank you.
As you know, the fusion suit is nothing anyone should do. I've seen runners lose because they had fusion suit, which is really unfortunate. So
I've seen runners lose their minds because they had fusion suit.
Same thing, really. One interesting kind of advantage that AWP is having with all this does give him just a little more time to line up these more precise shots, these charge shots he has to do, but at the cost of going actually fast.
Yeah, gosh. I hate...
His IGT will be really good when he actually gets there.
I hate power phase without supers. It's the worst.
Yeah, we did notice you use
flamethrower for
uncharged shots quite a bit.
Yeah, the charged... I mean, you would have also seen that my charged ones were bouncing off. Well, both of us were holding still. So, yeah, uncharged is just... the way I did it. It's okay, I got really good at hammering the A button when I did a chargeless run.
It's a good skill to have in a Metroid game. Before the race started, actually, we were kind of marveling at the double Flogra seed hash as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Which worked out because we did get
the double
being
Flogra
fought at the same time. In fact, I think Flogra died almost at the exact same time.
Yeah, like 3 seconds apart. It was a tie there.
Ridley Flogra, talent. Something, darkness.
Oh no, is this a Kingdom Hearts cutscene?
Truer words have never been spoken.
In a half a life bar, it might be.
And AWP is leveraging those extra RTS frames, RTA frames to, I don't know why I said RTS, to get those snipes.
Real-time seconds?
Real-time seconds. That's right.
The seed hash was, crap, I'm forgetting the first word now.
Ridley. It was Ridley Flagra Talon.
Yeah, it was a cursed seed if I ever did see one.
We were able to derive from that hash that probably the worst hash you could see would be Flogra Thardus Omega Pirate.
Yep. I will return shortly. I need to use the bathroom.
Yeah. AWP is now in subchamber 4 with the interesting music and the RNG that comes with it.
Just curious. Now that the race is finished, is it cool if I pull up the restream?
I believe that's allowed, yes.
Awesome. Alright, hopefully he'll get the return snipe with the ice spreader.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's going to have enough time to charge with it. But Metroid Prime sure has enough time to charge, that's for sure.
Oh boy. Yeah, it felt bad that I skipped a plasma phase by doing that. Getting a ice spreader on the turnaround. But, you know, you take what you can get.
A skip is a skip.
Yup.
Whether it's exo skip skip or bar skip skip. We've actually seen, I think, every runner during this tournament do exo skip skip. So good for them.
Good. Yeah, that's some talent.
AWP is now out of missiles. So hopefully able to finish this up with the plasma phase here. I'm not going to get RNG'd out of it. And just like that, we have progression to essence. Now, AWP also does not have any visors, so
Yeah. So this will be a fun
this will be
one.
an extra slow essence fight. I'm very, very curious with this lag if he's going to let the music play, and I believe he is.
Oh boy.
Oh man. Looks like he is using the manipulation to guarantee a first pull. Which, because I believe we didn't talk about it while Gendreavus was fighting this, more or less if you just stand still from the beginning of the fight to when he lays his first pull, he will always guaranteed lay a pull and not do pull skip. Because I believe there's only 4 spots that he can lay a pull at that point. However, now that he's laid one, AWP's got to use that scan by try and where exactly Prime is.
Yeah. It's really tough to do right away. I should have probably waited to bait it away from the pool.
Yeah.
Because
Now, AWP here is able to get a few attack cancels with the remaining Phazon he has, but it's even though he's doing the correct strategy, it's still not doing as much damage as it would if he had visors, because the beam ends up getting more spread out as opposed to focus whenever you're locked on. That was a dangerously close pull to the exoskeleton.
yeah.
I return.
Welcome back.
Are your bodily functions satisfied?
They are.
That's good.
I'm just curious, has my stream been flickering like that this whole time or just on the final screen?
I think it's just on the final screen.
It's
I
pretty
haven't
much just the
noticed it.
final screen.
Okay, cool. I was worried.
The whole final segment is like super interlaced and everything, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, so now we're going to see AWP get his visible phase here, and he just lays right into attack cancels here pretty decently. Taking
Yeah, that's some good
advantage
timing.
of every second he has, yeah.
Wow, that was really good.
So pretty decent visible phase there for AWP, but does get a pull skip.
Oh,
Because he attack canceled just enough for him to go towards the skeleton and then phase.
this rude squid, man.
I mean, in the Essence's defense, if the Essence did lay a pull on top of the exoskeleton, that would be interesting to try and stand in.
Yeah.
Although
Oh, man,
ideally,
this-
his first shockwave would just destroy the skeleton.
And this music certainly is a trip also when it's slowed down as much as it is.
Yep, purposefully triggered the music to
That's
hear
nice.
it extra slow.
Oh no. Squid needs to get away. Oh no, he got another pull
Looks
skip.
like you got
Alright.
another pull skip.
Oh
But it
my
was
gosh.
an invisible phase, so I guess it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, it's definitely not as bad as getting that when he goes into combat visor mode, but
Yeah.
either way, that's just chip damage that he can't take advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
does get the pull there with the
That's
Metroids
good.
to go with it. So hopefully we'll see another good attack cancel timing here. These shots are a little fast, but might still work out for him.
Right.
Doing a decent amount of damage here on this phase,
Definitely.
but not able to get the full attack cancel. Should leave Essence in a decent position to lay another pull, though.
Hopefully. Oh, boop.
Unless he just, goes straight towards. We do see AWP doing a check there to see how close
Yeah, I
is
would
to
be
the
too.
exoskeleton.
Oh.
You thought you were done with checks during the Essence fight? You thought wrong.
It's never done. It's never done. Oh, we got a pool. This is the
This
time
was-
to fire while it hasn't moved.
This was a power bomb heavy seed.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Ooh.
first power bombs being main power bombs are always nice to have. Then bombs took a little while, or
Ooh.
I guess not, but you were able to use power bombs there
I found
initially.
it and unloaded on it.
So hopefully just one more pool. Well, one more
Yeah.
visible pool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, next
And this is
combat
the
round,
final phase?
AWP should be able to make quick work of this. He will probably get efficient Metroids in this next pull, but even if he is able to take advantage with the spread out beam, might not be able to finish him off.
Of course.
We'll have to see. Getting invisibly headbutted there, and does get the fission Metroids.
Okay.
Now enters the thermal phase.
He's right above you.
Yeah, not seemingly able to find the Phazon pull, though. And getting concerningly low energy in the process as well.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. I'd just skip the pool at this point.
He's close enough to the end
Yeah.
to where it's not a very concerning issue. Should have enough power bombs to make quick work of the fission Metroids that are coming next, but still makes you nervous.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man, this is
No
if he
boops.
gets hit by one of those shockwaves, he's going to be in real danger.
Can't
And
find
now
it
we
anywhere.
We
Hopefully,
see
it's-
AWP taking it extremely safe. Extremely safe.
Oh, no. Okay.
Getting hit by those fissions. Able to get them both off. Hopefully not getting headbutted. Not locking on. And not able to finish him off
Oh,
because of
no!
that. Oh, wow.
get the health at least.
He does absorb 20 health,
Oh, you gotta lock on. This is why you lock on.
but not able
Yeah,
to finish
lightning
him off
bolts.
because he didn't lock on. Oh, my
The
gosh.
lightning bolts just go out, and
Fortunately, if he can get one more chip damage in the next phase, that should be
Yeah.
it. But
at the
that
very
is-
least, we can
that
see
is
the
rough.
squid. So we can dodge the squid.
Oh, man.
This
Unless it
squid.
lay a
Whoever
pool.
thought you were good enough to
Play
be
a
in.
pool.
Although that squid is dangerously close to Exo right now. Okay.
Okay. Whoever thought this squid was good enough to be in a Smash?
It was a trophy. Alright, some more fission Metroids here.
Okay. All you have to do is turn around and look up.
And hopefully...
Oh god. Was that it? It got hit. It's alive!
It's alive, though. He just barely scraped it. This ended up being a much more close fight than I thought it would be.
Oh man.
And he has that
This-
scan visor out so that he knows where this thing is at times.
Well, at least he has plenty of power bombs.
Yeah, he should still be in good shape with the Fission Metroids as long as they don't bonk him too much.
Yeah.
But if he gets headbutted by Essence, then I am not sure.
Okay, I think that was
But
the.
itself wouldn't kill him, but
All right, so we
Okay.
took care of the Fissions pretty easily.
Come on, find it. It moved.
And he's just risking it and
Oh!
not getting any chip damage. He's trying to speed things along, but it's just not paying off.
Oh my god. This is some content right here.
This is, yes. This is some kind of content. Not sure which kind yet, but some kind.
It's not bad content yet. It is not good or bad until some event determines the quality of the content here.
Oh, God. If he gets hit by anything once, I think that... That...
Oh my god! No!
What? Is that a win? He killed it, but then
That was a mutual kill!
I don't even know how that works.
And has forfeited.
I would too.
Oh,
Even if
man.
the other guy didn't already win, I'd forfeit after that. Like, holy cow!
That's a tournament first. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh god. Oh.
Oh
Feel the
my
pain.
goodness. Oh, wow.
We're
We're going to get
clipping this.
AWP in here for an interview really soon.
Yeah.
I'm
That
gonna clip
was-
this quickly.
That was tough. That was tough.
So I think that I've seen that happen once before. I think there's a video of it on M2K2 actually, just in the other section where they put goofy stuff that happens. But yeah,
That is, yeah, I'm not sure. I'd imagine some runners might know if time is called when the cutscene starts or whenever Essence starts oscillating like that. I imagine it's the cutscene, but that is, oh man. Yeah, cutscene start. Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. NWT probably collecting himself.
fair.
Oh wow. What an end. That I almost don't have words for it. Very, very interesting end to this very, very interesting race with this very, very interesting seed.
Yup.
I'm back. Sorry, I was clipping that. That. Oh man, I feel for you after that. Oh.
Oh man. So we're gonna see if Eddie BP's
Oh,
feeling like.
There he is.
Sorry, I thought I was supposed to get invited in.
Oh.
Well, I imagine you were just collecting yourself after that that
still-
finale.
I feel for you.
That was definitely the first time we've seen that in a randomizer race here in this tournament, and from what many people in chat are saying, first time they've seen it ever. Wow. Yeah.
It was the first time I've done that in months.
Yeah,
Tied
yeah,
to
really.
Essence, I mean.
Well, it was the most climactic way to do it, if it's any consolation.
Oh my god. Why Space Jump? Why
yeah.
did Space Jump have to be where it was?
So what was going through your mind whenever you saw Space Jump there and tried to get it in all the different ways you did?
I was just like, why? I even tried to spell Y on one of the walls and I failed that. So I just kept, oh my God, I kept shooting around and just, I was so frustrated. If Space Jump was like anywhere else, I could have saved so much time.
Yeah, it was very interesting because you got boosts and Phazon for that matter a lot sooner than Gendreavus did, and so with the emulator lag you're experiencing, but making up for it with your early boost, it was a very close race for a long time. But that space jump just delay of getting it.
Yeah, I could have gotten more E-tanks for the Essence fight.
Yeah,
I've done it Visolus before, but
Visolus isn't fun though.
No.
It's just not.
No.
Yeah, I think we ended up seeing later on that one visor was in
Life Grove,
Life Grove, and the other was in Mines. So
or Depot B specifically. And supers were in PCA apparently.
Like Life Grove and Mines weren't even on my mind.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Exactly. Yeah.
No rhyme intended. But
when
kind
all
of
the
Jesse
artifacts get fed to you in Chozo, yeah,
having to go all the way to where was Spiderball again? It was in Research Core.
Right? Yeah.
All the way to Research Core to go all the way back.
Yeah.
To Chozo to get Space Jump.
Oh,
I'm wondering if you're gonna cut through Thardis.
Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. We can wait.
Oh, I was just gonna say we were wondering what route you were gonna take.
So do you know the vanilla way of getting the main plaza item there, where Space Jump was?
No.
You go through training chambers. So you
know. Yeah, I knew that, but I didn't have Spiderball.
You don't need Spiderball to go through.
That's just for the item.
Need Spiderball to get the item, but only need boost and bombs to get through it.
Oh my God, I lumped the two together and didn't even.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. That's what we figured happened.
You're not the first and won't be the last to be fooled by that room.
It's such a weird room, and no one ever wants to go through there.
Yeah, I don't think I've gone through that tunnel in months either.
Yeah. I had an artifact in there and 2 consecutive seeds.
Oh, gross.
Any final thoughts from the race there at WP?
F Space Jump. Just this time. I love it every other time.
Space Jump's placement. Well,
yeah. Whoever thought Metroid Prime was good enough to be in Super Smash Bros? Why? Well,
Westerners.
I
yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this race. What a strange and interesting seed and race this was.
Yeah.
Be sure to follow both of these. Can see with these commands here, AWP Gendreavus, as well as our pro tracker as well. Being Mop of Justice, doing double duty. Thank you very much. Thank you very... Nope. Thank you again, Mop, is what I meant to say.
No one can English tonight.
Apparently not. And thank you to the single person on commentary, apparently, Digglerat.
I tried. It was really hard, but I had the voices in my head to help me.
Yeah,
the voice that is named Elias Thompson. You should go follow him on his Twitch account.
Got removed from commentary during the middle of that for some reason. And of course, if you guys want to know more about the Prime Randomizer tournament or just the Randomizer in general, check out those links there in chat about the brackets and the Swiss and the Discord as well. Any final thoughts from yourself, Diggle?
I have given my final thoughts already about Prime.
Well, in that case, thank you everybody for watching. We should be hosting another Speed Gaming event here right after this. But thanks again, everyone. And thank you, Racers, once again.
Thanks.
All right, see you later.
See ya.